Well, I'm not sure if this is working. My name is John Hsu. I'm from Edison. I'm running for Congress in the 6th Congressional District, which includes Old Bridge, Saraville, Edison, Patuxent, many other places, and also along the shore as well. I actually grew up in Old Bridge. I lived close to the shore in an area called Lawrence Harbor, from middle school to the start of high school. And I just want to compare the size of Old Bridge to Gaza. Gaza is actually only 3.5 times as large as Old Bridge. However, there are more than 2.3 million people in Gaza and only 66,000 people in Old Bridge. Think about that, how packed in the people are. Think about all the refugees that had to go to Gaza when they were displaced and their ancestors were displaced. And also think about our homes here in Old Bridge, in Edison, in our own towns. Think about those homes being bombed and being destroyed and being left to rubble. Just imagine that. I lived close to the shore in Lawrence Harbor. It was a pretty nice place, and to imagine that being destroyed, that is hard. We need to think about that. We need to have that empathy. But I also say that Old Bridge was not as beautiful as Gaza. If you look at the images of Gaza, you'll see its beauty. I enjoy actually learning languages. I go on YouTube, and there's a language app called Easy Arabic, Easy French. And if you go to Easy Arabic, if you look there, search for Gaza, you'll see this person called Guzan. And she has been on many TikToks. You've seen the horror that she's experienced. But if you look at Easy Arabic Gaza, you can see the beauty of Gaza. You can see the beauty of the people there, talking about foreigners, about where they would like to go in the world, about what foreigners can come to see in Gaza. And now in the comments in those videos, you can see the sadness of the people as they know that area is destroyed now. I also want to talk about this condition in Gaza right now. Yesterday, I was in the Muslim Center of Middlesex County, and one of the leaders, Samara Khan, I think the leader in education, she spoke something so eloquently, it moved me so much. This was before we were about to break the fast, and she spoke about hunger. She said, and I quote, "The prophet David was as much given to fasting as he fasted every other day. When asked why he fasted so much, he responded, 'I fear I will become full. I forget the one who is hungry.'" And although today we live in the highest rates of food production in recorded human history, the entire nation is being starved before our very eyes as a weapon of war and collective punishment. Unfortunately, our humanity has not advanced at the same rate as our agricultural advancements or our military capabilities, which can kill and maim defenseless civilians more effectively than ever in recorded human history. With great ease and without the uneasiness of collateral guilt. And that is the condition we have in Gaza right now, and that's what we need to remember. I also want to talk about a little bit about history. 11 years ago this week, 13 years ago this week, NATO commenced their military operation in Libya. As discussed in an article by Musa Ibrahim, former spokesperson for Libya, over 8 months there were 26,000 raids, 100 cruise missile attacks, and a naval blockade. Women and children casualties were high because they sought refuge in civilian buildings targeted by NATO. Libya was a country with free healthcare, education, one of the highest human index scores in Africa. And the reason for that bombing? The NATO said it was for the protection of civilians. And we know that's not true.
Shame.
What really happened And I believe what really happened was that Muammar Gaddafi, he was trying to establish a central bank for Africa to give Africa more self-determination. And there was something that happened at that time as well. We saw Hillary Clinton in a video. She said, "We came, we saw, he died." And how can we ask the people to vote for Hillary Clinton at that time? If people only knew, how could they have voted for Hillary Clinton? And we know Joe Biden. He used his words, his gift of speech. I don't have Joe Biden's gift of speech. This was before he was not as gifted, has lost his gift. But Joe Biden's gift of speech, he used that to bring us to war into Iraq, where a million people lost their lives. He also said, in 2020, he also said, if you're not black, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And people still voted for him. Is he going to say the same thing about Muslims this time around? Can Muslims really vote for Joe Biden at this time?
No, absolutely not.
No.
And I don't know how that's going to happen, if he's going to change his tune, but he better. But I have my doubts. So here we are. That's why we're doing the uncommitted vote. I encourage people to do that. The slogan on the ballot will be "Justice for Palestine, permanent ceasefire now." Personally, I would like to be able to bracket with that slogan, with that movement, because the campaign here is really only for Palestine. It's a referendum for Palestine. We also are organizing. We've been going to Pallon's office. We know we have to, because this past Friday they voted for the 3.8 billion aid to Israel, just as the ground attack to Rafah is about to start.
Shame.
So we need to continue. I'm sure the staffers at Pallon's office do not know about that. We need to continue to organize that. I'm not a politician. I'm mainly an organizer. And any influence I have will be the power of the people who will work with me to organize, to make change in the world. So I hope that we will be able to continue going to Pallon's office. We'll try going again this week. We will inform his staffers as much as it is painful to go back repeatedly and to say the same things, to know that they do not know the same things that we know. We have to do it. This is the hard work we do to make change in the world. And that is my pledge. I will continue organizing. Win or lose, I'll continue organizing. Continue to fight for Gaza. And to bring about change in the world that we need.
Woo!